Hello? Are we live? Is
We
this
are
thing working?
live.
Is this thing working? Hello?
It is. Hello.
Oh,
Holy Skomakowitz.
I said live the live. Like the live is what I meant to say. Oh,
Live the live. What's up there, boys and girls? How we doing today? Hope you're having a great day.
we're back. New week. Who this?
It is a new week.
Who this? Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Zugszy. I'm the prod warrior of the show. You're welcome. And this is my counterpart.
I am Sionz. I'm the hunter that every group needs. It's in every group.
Sure.
It's in every group. One way or another.
It's in every one of them, is it?
It is.
We love to see it. So, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. First off, if you guys didn't tune in, we had the video up last week. We had an amazing co-host with us, Rob X. You should definitely go check out that video if you haven't. It is here for your enjoyment and your pleasure. We're back, and it is a new week, and some more things have happened. Some more things are coming. Midnight is 1 week closer to us, and we have to be prepared. And that's what we're going to talk about today, amongst a few other little things. But that's what we're going to work on.
Yeah, I've got something in my pocket right now that this is hot. This is super hot. And I can't wait to bring it on you.
I like how the roles have reversed here, dude. Like before, it was me with the surprise question, and now it's you. And I think I'm gonna let it slide this week, but I think I take my mantle back after this week. Okay? I think it's been fun, but I'm gonna just take it right back after this week. Okay. Anyways,
that's fine. But this one was too hot. This one is really
piping,
really hot.
Piping hot.
Yeah, it is piping hot, fresh out of the oven.
On Friday the 13th? Sheesh, dude.
Yeah, it's still cooking, man.
Oh, man. So how was your week, dude? How was your week?
You know what? I had a really good week.
Hang on, before you say that, hang on. I want to take a moment, guys, and I want to say how proud I am of our friend Sionz here. He has every right to be proud of what he's done with his career, with his community, with his streaming, and he was on the Warcraft thing. And I wanted to let you know that I'm super proud of you to be on the Warcraft page this week. That's so cool, and I'm very proud of you. Really happy for you. Now,
thank you.
Tell us your week. Go ahead. I just wanted to get that out of the way.
That was the highlight of the week, really, as far as content creation goes. But yeah, I just went to work like I do every day and made some content and had the awesome opportunity to stream on the Warcraft page. I got a message 24 hours before the stream went off. So Warcraft was very gracious. They gave me about $480 worth of giveaways to give to the people, and I thought that was really, really cool. So they really made it an event, and it's just me. Sometimes they partner you with someone else, and you're playing with someone a little more popular maybe or something. Nope, just Sionz. And it was really good. It was a really, really fun time.
That is awesome. That is
man.
awesome.
So how's your week, Zugs? What's going on with you?
Man, it was great. I've gotten back into the habit of pumping out some more short form content. Trying to get back into that a little bit. I did a lot of testing this week, class testing on the classes that I'm intending on taking into Midnight. That I'm going, I'll have my main, and then you know how after you kind of flushed out your main, right, guys, you eventually start rolling to alts, and you have them in the back of your mind what kind of alts you're wanting to run. And I have mine in mind, so I was testing them out this week. And I know it's pre-patch. I know we got another 10 talent points that are coming into play to kind of flush out some of these classes, but I was actually having a lot of fun messing with some of these other classes and just kind of screwing around with them, and it was really cool. I actually really enjoyed it a lot.
Topic today, right? The Final Four.
It is. It's one that we will come back to. We're going to circle back to it. But it was a lot of fun just being able to kind of just strip away the prot warrior for a little bit and go do something different. And it was funny. People were coming into my lives and they were like, "You're not playing a warrior? What's wrong with you? Are you feeling okay?"
I saw you playing on one of those characters.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and I will end up bringing up my characters whenever we get to the topic itself. But no, I mean, other than that, had a really good week. Work's good, life's good.
Well, you sound good. You sound refreshed.
Yeah, man, I'm enjoying it, and just trying to, I'm I'm super excited for midnight, right? Everybody is. Everybody's eager and everybody wants it. But like when we're into this, like, you're in those final stages and it's just on our doorstep, it starts that amped feeling starts to hit and everything, it's coming.
And we have some really cool things. Zugszy and I spent time in the beta.
Yeah.
And we've got some really cool things. Everything wasn't all, flushed out and ready to go in the beta. And so we kind of know what's there, but I know that I'm interested to see a lot more of the prey system, kind of understand it, but not really, because it was like kind of working, but it was still kind of vague. And we've got some really cool places to go. There's stuff on the map that you can see, but you can't get to.
Yeah.
And I am really super excited, and I'm really excited about the new dungeon pool. Like I'm in. I'm ready.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think I remember it this way, but don't you have to go through the campaign before you can even get into a dungeon?
You have to do the campaign. So let me be clear. You guys need to be doing the campaign stuff at least on one character. It's going to open up for everyone else, but you got to do all the stuff, man. All the quests, all that stuff. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about it, and then your other characters can just do the skips or whatever it is, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, because wasn't it like as you were leveling, when you reach a certain level, it unlocked this one or two dungeons, and then when you got this level, like 84, 85, 86, something like that, then it would open up these and so on until you hit 90, right? Yeah. And you'll have to do that to even get into the Mythic Plus pool, so you can't just sit there and dungeon. Well, technically you can dungeon grind, but like you still need to. But you need to complete the campaign too. Okay, yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure on that. But yeah, hey guys, do us a favor, like the live, and make sure whenever we repost this as a video, you drop a comment, let us know what you like about it. And we've gotten some feedback this past week from you, and we really like what you guys are telling us.
We do.
It means a lot if you post that in the comments on the videos for us, so that way we can fall back on it as cliff notes to be able to continue to improve the show for you guys. So please, if it means world to us, and if you haven't done it, hit already, do it.
And one more thing, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that thing. That's going to help too.
It helps the algorithm, and we love you for it.
It does.
And it's free. So
it is free.
Yeah, it is, man. It's absolutely free. Now, I think it's time we start talking about some things. And one of the things that one of the topics was what should new players or returning players do to prepare for midnight? And there's so many ways of going about that. So many facilities. If you're a PvPer, you can jump into pre-made groups off the rip and just go farm blood tokens. To, if you want to, you can try out the new training grounds, kind of get you to at least throw your honor gear on and things like that. But then when it comes to PvE, there's such a plethora of options out there.
There are a lot of options,
and it can be confusing as hell for the returning player or the brand new player to just hit 80, So what are some of the things that you think that people could do? I mean, because I could throw out like a laundry list of things people could do from easiest to most difficult, right? But like, if you were a brand new player, Sionz, and your buddy had been casually leveling up with your friend just made an alt to level with you, and now you're 80, and you want to play the game, but your buddy's out on a date and you're by yourself, what are you going to go do?
It's really simple. I actually posted a video on my own YouTube channel about this very specific thing. And there's some things you can do. Now, I'm pretty famous for playing by myself for the most part, unless I'm doing dungeons and raids, right? Because I don't have the patience to level with people and all that other stuff. So, or even group for delves. Like I'm very self-sufficient. So I kind of got this down where Warcraft turned into more of a social a single player experience for a lot of people, and that's a subject for a whole nother podcast. But at the end of the day, what you do with these characters is it's all about getting your item level up and getting gold. That's all you can do right now, because when the patch hits, you're going to lose some power because of your gear. You're going to lose some power with your stat weights in the new expansion, and if you want to improve some of your gear, you're going to need some gold. So those two things right there are very basic. And here's how you do it. You can't play the auction house now. It's too late for gold. You just can't do it. So you're going to want to finish up all your side quests and all your other quests. That's going to give you a little bit of gold. And then you're going to want to do your world quests, all your gold world quests. So if you have one character, you're just gonna have to do them all. You can buy the token if you want to kind of pad your wallet for some things you might want to buy for gear later on. Because again, this is retail Warcraft. It is all about the gear. It is all about the in-game stuff.
Yeah.
But delves, as high as you can do. You do your 8 delves a week. And because you get gear, you get crests, you get valor stones, and you get something in your vault on top of that, and it's a piece of heroic gear. And then the second thing you do is you go do the new Twilight Highlands content, and that gives you at least champion gear. And you can do that as much as you want. Chase the bosses, whatever you want to do. I did that for one character, and it was very lucrative. It's also not overly difficult to get into raid groups right now. I took my mage, and I got into a heroic raid group last night. Now, again, I've been working on him, and his gear is a little higher than maybe a brand new player, but those two activities for sure. So the delves, the world quest for gold, and the Twilight Highlands gearing options, and just chasing the rares, it for the next 2 weeks is going to be your best bet to really solidify that one character to get ready for midnight. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. I agree with a lot you're saying. And by the way, if you're a new player and you're seeing this video, you're seeing our podcast, and you want to go out and do the Wrathy Highland in game where you're chasing the rares and things of that nature, and you're on a realm that's smaller and there's not a lot of people doing it, you can go into the looking for group option in the game and
that's a good idea.
Search up rare groups.
Yep.
They are in there all the time. You'll find a rare group, so that way you can get in and actually be able to kill the bosses, be able to loot and get the insignia, which is the monetization you need to purchase the gear if it doesn't drop to you from the boss. Because that's a fail-safe system that they put in place. So the gear can drop to you, but it can be like plate gear and your leatherware. You know what I mean? So like it can be anything. So you can't rely completely and solely on those bosses dropping you the gear for you to put on. So there's a vendor at the event in the Twisted Highlands that's going to sell it to you, and you're going to get that from the world quests out there. You're going to get those insignia. You're going to get 2 weekly quests that you can do, and then by killing the rares, you're going to loot them from them. And once you've acquired the monetization that you need, that insignia, you're going to go to that vendor and pick up the gear you need. But again, if you're in a smaller realm or a dead realm, just jump into the LFG, find a group, they'll bring you right in, and you'll be able to get those kills that you need, and makes it really super easy. But when it comes to a new player, like I couldn't even imagine. Now, granted, I mean, most new players have heard of this game from some place, right? Some area.
Correct.
So,
correct.
Whether it was a reference of a friend or whatever, and most people now have, they know I'm just one Google away to finding Wowhead or Icy Veins to get their information and things of that nature. So I'm sure they've seen some stuff, and I have not personally tried the new onboarding system to teach them things, but I think it's gotten better for the new player, but the returning player for me is the harder person to get on board, because they remember the game a certain way, and it's not that way anymore, and they want to ignore all the onboarding stuff, because I'm a vet. I'm just back because I didn't play this expansion for XYZ
but
reason.
A lot changed.
Yeah, but from expansion to expansion, it changes so quickly and so often that like they're the more difficult ones to get on board. They immediately want to jump in with an all green tune into LFR looking for raid, and then they get 1 to 2 pieces of gear, and then they sit around and go, this sucks, and they don't maybe they don't know about the Twisted Highland event and things of that nature. But I mean, with Wowhead pumping out so much information around it, hopefully if you're new or returning player, make sure you find really cool places like Wowhead or Icy Veins. Find communities. There are tons of communities in the game. Also tons of Discord servers with ungodly amounts of information.
Join our communities.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
got all that information as well.
We're both new friendly player and returning player friendly streamers. So we do our lives, and if you want to check out our lives, it is listed in the description below. The links to our lives are listed there for you. So make sure you come over, and if you got questions, feel free to ask us questions when we're live during the week. But also, you can comment below. If you got a question, just comment down below and let us know. We want to help you guys as you're onboarding. But as far as like preparation for midnight, I think you're on point with it. I mean, again, you know, you like you said, you like the solo content stuff. For me personally, I wouldn't do that. I would kind of go a little different avenue than you did. I would go right into Twisted Highland, fresh out the gate. I wouldn't even really worry about the world quests out in the outer world. I would just go and get into a group.
I was just saying that for the gold piece, because you have world quests that have the gold, but
right. No, that's fair. That's fair. And I get why you did that, but I'm just saying, me personally, I would just jump straight over to that. I would, once I've gotten myself into champion gear, I'm going to jump into keys.
Yeah.
Just twos. Just start out with twos. I did it this week on purpose. Just start out with a 2, get the feel for it. And if you're comfortable and you don't want to go past that or whatever, just kind of use 2s to kind of grind out some of the crests you need to level up that champion gear before you're really ready to take that next step. You can keep backing down the key. So you back the key back down to a 2 again and re-roll it and just keep going until you get gear and things like that. But I would do keys, and then once I was through, keys at some point during the week, like you said, I would jump into a heroic raid and try to snap up any heroic gear I can get to kind of flush out the tune and get as much as I can.
Yep.
And do,
because I can tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So if you don't, you're going to struggle at a certain point, whether it's at the beginning or it's going to be around level 86 to 89, because we're going to 90, right?
Yes.
So as an example, for me personally, I'm going to be geared. My hunter is going to be completely geared. But at some point between 86 and 87, my pet's going to lose aggro and die all the time. And I'm going to start taking a lot of damage because there's a power creep there. I don't have the gear anymore, and I don't have the stat weights.
Right.
And it's going to be a lot more difficult, and I'm going to get frustrated because why is my pet dead again? I'm not understanding this. Happens every expansion. So this just gives you a jump start. That's all it is.
Doesn't it feel weird when we go into a new expansion where you've gone the entire season with the entire previous expansion? Once you get past the first few weeks, you get your stat prioritization kind of figured out on your main. It feels fluent, it feels good, and then you go into a new expansion and now you're dumping stat weights for eye level, and now you're all out of whack. You feel really slow, or you feel whatever. So
I need haste. I need
I hate it. I hate that feeling. Of that first initial feeling where you're trying to weigh it out, like you're okay. Like I remember at the beginning of War Within, I'm like, okay, my crit's good, but now this week I got to go buy a bunch of enchants for mastery or haste or whatever, and pure gems just to get your, like, instead of getting like a gem with a little bit of crit, with a lot of crit and a little bit of haste,
you need the pure gems.
You're getting the pure version so that you can balance action. And you're doing that every week,
and that's everybody. That's every player.
New enchants all around, new gems all around, and it's so fun. It's such a hectic time, man. It's such a hectic time.
Which is why you're gonna need some of that gold too, because you're gonna be replacing enchants and gems.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, I've heard you're just one token away from resolving that.
Sometimes one token away
from getting that squared away, huh? No, everybody's got, and that's the beautiful, but that's kind of the beautiful thing about what's happening right now is there's so many avenues. Like you said, if someone is a solo act, they don't do well, they have anxiety, or they're hermit, and that's just their lifestyle, and that's the way that's their comfort zone. They can go into delves and just do their own thing and get their gear that way, or whatever the case is, and accrue their gear level up. But the biggest thing I think as a person preparing for midnight right now is your gear level's fine, but it doesn't really matter because, like you said, by 90 you're replacing all that gear, whether it was all mythic out, all heroic out, or all just championed out. It's going to get replaced at some point. So
it is,
in my opinion, your gear's fine for gearing right now because it gives you something to do while you're waiting for the new expansion. But the biggest thing I think that anybody could do, and I know you said it just a minute ago referencing World Quest, is gold farming. Get your gold, get as much gold as you can right now for the new expansion, because everything's going to be expensive. And when I say expensive, I don't mean kinda. I'm talking about enchants being 10 grand versus you choking it, seeing it at 750 to 1,000 right now. It's going to be 10, 15, 20 grand and so on for the top tier enchants and stuff like that, and gems and pots, the new health pots,
Yep.
and the new food and all this other stuff for you to actually play the game, you're gonna have to spend a lot of gold. So gold farm your tail off right now in your downtimes when you're not pushing any in-game content, or especially you new players and returning players. Farm gold. Get ready, because it's going to be expensive at first. It always is.
Yeah.
It always has been and always will be. So my advice is farm the crap out of gold right now,
Yeah, as much as you can.
flat out. And if you're anybody that deals with professions, get your professions jacked as quickly as you can at the beginning of the season, so that you can get a return on value and start making some of that gold back early in the expansion.
100%.
Yeah. So that's just a couple of pieces of advice I have about that. But ultimately, play the game your way and enjoy yourself and have a good time while you're hanging out in Azeroth.
Yeah.
And if you see me, if you see a Zugszy roaming around, feel free to wave at me. Shoot me a message. and if you see Sionz, just does it work anymore? I don't think it does. What was it? / what is it?
Wave?
No, not wave. What's the insult?
Oh, I don't know if you could do that anymore.
I know, it's shame. It's a shame. for shame. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Make sure you wave at Sionz too. Tell him you love him, okay? Because he needs it. Yeah, there you go.
I do
You got
need
it. You got it. You got it. Busy. That's the one.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, man. Now that we've talked a little bit about the new players, returning players, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Let's show the veteran players a little bit of love, because everybody falls into the meta loop. Everybody wants to be relevant. They want to be present in the game and feel they're wanted, right? What's going to be your final four going in? And by the way, guys, feel free to put in the comments right now. Let us know what's going to be your final four. But
Absolutely.
What's going to be your final four, and then I'll tell you mine. But I want to know what your final four classes are going to be going into World of Warcraft Midnight.
So my final four classes, I just finalized, I think, the end of last week. So it was always going to be Hunter. It's always Hunter. I've been a Hunter forever. And it's just me. It's the class style. It's the Ranger kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine. It's always been that way. I've never had a problem getting into a range group or a raid group or anything. So we've got Hunter, and then we've got Mage, which is new because I thought it was going to be Brewmaster. Mage took over. Elemental Shaman, which was a surprise.
Okay.
And Rep Paladin. That's where I'm at right now.
All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in. That's where I call it.
I've always had a Paladin in somewhere in the mix since I started playing the game. So that's just the way it is, man.
Right.
So look, the Elemental Shaman that balances out the Rep Paladin. That's a balance right there. That's a balance.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I guess somebody's got to play it. So
that's right. That's okay. We're gonna get to your somebody's got to play it here in a minute.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll start out. I'll meet you in the middle and tell you I'm actually
okay.
I'm actually gonna be playing a Paladin this year too. In War with
look at that.
But it will never be a ret. I'm gonna play Prot whenever I go to alt tank. I'm gonna mess with Prot.
Oh, very
Paladin
nice.
Soon. Yeah, I'm gonna do Prot Paladin this season. I'm gonna do it. I was having so much
thought
fun
about
with
that,
it in
but-
pre-patch. Like I had no choice, man. I was enjoying it so much. I was like, yeah. I mean, unless they sink that battleship, when they start doing the balancing acts at the beginning of the expansion. I'm gonna play it just because it's fun. But it's not gonna be my main. Of course, you guys know, and if you don't know, you're gonna know right now. My main will be Prot Warrior. I'm going to main that. That's where I'll push keys with. That's what I will mythic raid with, and so on. So Prot Warrior is going to be the main, regardless of where it falls on the scale of what's the best tank to play. I don't care. I'm going to be a warrior. That's what I am. My healer alt will be a Mistweaver monk.
You go.
It feels good. It's fun. It's intuitive. And I do the fist weaving aspect, and I have such a great time with it. It's so good. It's just so good. And then my alt
La 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 la.
My alt DPS will be a survival hunter, and brother, They are pumping. I was 20 eye level below people and was matching their damage. I was like, oh my God. Now, they ultimately, because they had the higher level, would squeeze out in like single target. I was purely playing it on an AoE aspect in a Mythic Plus environment. But oh my God, is it insanely strong and so fun.
It is right now.
It's so fun. But it's not even, for me, yeah, it's nice to see the pretty numbers, right? But it's so fun to play. It feels so good. And again,
that's the biggest win right there for all you guys doing all the meta stuff. That's the biggest win.
And again, I got to tell you, there's something about it, and a smile just creeps on my face every time I use it. So one of the things that it did this time around, guys, is they made sure everything was thematical, right? Like they wanted to make sure that these classes felt like what they were called to be, like a call to action to them, right? And with Survival Hunter now being able to dual wield single-handers, they replaced Fury of the Eagle, which is beforehand the only weapons you could carry prior to this latest update was just a polearm or a staff. And Fury of the Eagle, its animation was you would use your weapon and you would be thrusting it in a forward direction and a cone AoE effect. Well, they just replaced this and just rebranded it and renamed it. But the animation is so good. You whip out a double barrel shotgun and it's called Boomstick. You just light everything up in front of you. It's so
I saw that. It does look fun.
It's so gratifying because when you hit it and you see those numbers flying, it's so good, man. And I was just like, I'm having so much fun with this. I can't not.
That's awesome.
I can't not play this class. And it was just so good. And it felt fun to play. Oh man, it's chef's kiss, dude. Chef's kiss. So those are gonna be my four. Prot Warrior. When I alt a tank, it's gonna be Prot Paladin. When I alt DPS, it's gonna be a Survival Hunter this season. Yes, I know Arms Warriors. I know, but I'm enjoying this too much. Maybe I'll touch on Arms Warrior at the back end of the season. I don't know, but we'll see. And then my healer that I'm going to be playing this season will be a Mistweaver monk, specifically Fist Weaving. But yeah, that's
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And no matter what, guys, I grief people a little bit whenever they tell me you're at Paladin, but play what you want to play and enjoy what you want to enjoy. Master which class you're going to play. It doesn't matter. An opinion is an opinion, and it doesn't mean anything. I don't prefer them as a class, but that's just me. If you enjoy them, you full send. Have a good time, because everybody's got their place in Azeroth. So, yeah, I mean, the reality is anything can flip on a dime. Like we saw some people in chat tell us, Mage, Hunter, Pally, and Druid, MM Hunter, Sub Rogue, Rep Paladin, Fury Warrior. We've seen some pop up. And the thing that I'm glad to see is that people are willing to they're willing to try the other classes and play them out and understand a different perspective. And one of the things I encourage people to do whenever they come to my lives and stuff like that, Sionz, is try all three. Try tank.
Yes.
Try DPS. Try healing. Do them all.
Because you don't know what you're gonna like. You have no idea.
Well, the other thing too is even if you're a DPS main, you're happy there. That's your home. You're comfortable there. By playing those other two class types, tank and healer, it gives you a brand new, fresh understanding of what the raid environment and the Mythic Plus environment really looks like when you have those responsibilities on you, and it gives you a little more clarity. And also, I think the biggest thing is more respect for those classes and what they do and what they're doing while they're in those motions. Because if all you've ever done is play a DPS class and that's purely all you've ever played, you never touched any other classes to know better, anytime something goes south, your knee-jerk reaction is to go straight to, that was the tank's fault, he pulled too much, that was the healer's fault, they're not healing enough, and this and that and the third. And then you can turn around,
more of an understanding.
But 9 times out of 10, you're looking at your action bar, you're like, oh, I left my healing pod on, I didn't use it. Oh, I left that defensive up, I forgot to use it. There's so many different things. Like, you got to, play each class type so that you get a better understanding of what they're enduring during these keys and raid and everything else like that, so that you can have a better clarity and a little more respect and understanding about it, instead of just getting hot-headed because things didn't just go your way off the rip. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that that's going to be fun for our top four. So do us a favor, leave your top four in the comments below so that we can talk about it. Because
in the comments below,
yeah, leave them in there for us because we want to know. We want to hear. We want to know what you're going to play. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, this one's kind of a hot button topic, sort of, but and you know, everybody's got mixed emotions about this, and you know, you can think of it from a dev's perspective to a player's perspective. But one of the things I wanted to bring up with you or us talk about today was World Quest need to increase their rewards or increase the quality of the rewards at the end of a season.
100%, yes. So I was looking at it. I know they were bugged earlier this week. But I was looking at the World Quest and I'm like, golly, man, you know, if we're getting ready for an expansion, open those things up. And I'm not saying, you know, give the best gear out there, but I am saying that, you know, let's start padding everyone's gold a little bit more. Yeah. You know, let's make them a little more lucrative. You want to keep them in the world? Raise those rewards a little bit, you know, because again, at the end of the season, and especially before the start of an expansion, nobody's really out there doing them except for the diehards and the tryhards like me trying to min-max some gold out of those bad boys, right? Yeah. So let's just raise the bar a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything. You'll be fine. You know, I understand that people are still going to buy the WoW token for the gold because it's going to be $20 is going to get you a lot of gold. It really is. But at the end of the day, make those World Quests more lucrative. It's the end of the season. Help the players out to a smoother transition with the new expansion. I understand you've got the Twilight Highlands thing going on. Great. Just give them just a little bit more. Just make it a little more lucrative, and I think it's going to be perfect.
One of the things that truly annoyed me was back in Dragonflight. Remember the dragon riding World Quest? Yeah. They would give you 1,000 gold. No questions. Yeah. 1,000 to 1,100. Sometimes it was like 950, but essentially it was 1,000 gold, and that was really nice. You could fly around, grab yourself a quick 6,000 to 8,000 gold just by flying around, and then you can go to the other world quests and grab those gold world quests, and they were pretty lucrative too. When I say lucrative, they were around 1,000 gold, and during World Within, 150 gold. I was like, what? Yeah. I was like,
yeah, what? They nerfed it pretty hard. Yeah.
I was like, why? That was so helpful. It was genuinely so helpful. Thing.
So somebody had an idea and they said, oh yeah, let's do that. And it happens all the time. You see it with all kinds of things in Warcraft, but you know,
but it was one of the things I enjoyed, to be able to sit back and relax, whether I was live streaming and talking to chat. It gave me something to, you know, it was a relaxing time frame where I can interact with chat closely. Or if I was just in Discord with friends or the guild and we were just kind of BSing, I could do that and not really have to have my eyes hard locked on my monitor, see what I was doing, you know, and giving me something to do in the game that was enticing to go do versus go kill, you know, go get me 10 of this item and it takes you like 30 kills to get it. You're for 600 gold. You're not going to want to go do that.
No, you're not going to want to do that.
You're not going to want to go do that. There's no incentive there. They need to increase that. But even gold aside, I think they should increase as the season goes on, the item level of the gear to the point that I think that even at some point it should be champion level. Even if it's champion 1 of 8, it needs to be champion gear by the end of the season. Because all you're grabbing from people there are alts and latecomers to the expansion. I mean, you're not. I really feel like that should be a thing, that they should increase the eye level of the gear that's dropping. And I mean, make it matter. Like I said, at least champion level gear. Make it matter.
Absolutely.
You know, give a reason for people to go out there and
maybe a few more crests so you can upgrade it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just stuff like that. I think that's just super important. You know, I do too. Yeah. Now, with feeling the shortcomings of that, I feel like I want to transition into something else with you, because I don't know. I feel like we kind of. I mean, that's just our opinion on it. Leave a comment, let us know what you think. But tank healer shortages fix. Warcraft needs to pay for their time, just like crafters.
I saw that, and I baited you on that.
Yeah.
I saw that on a post somewhere, and that's not the fix, man. I'm sorry, that's just not the fix. So that's not the problem. So then what you're gonna get is that toxic Andy in there, that toxic tank, trying to push the kind of, come on, we gotta go fast. I gotta make some more gold. Like no, man, like that's not how it's gonna work. The only way to fix the tank and healer shortage, there's only one way. And Zugzy, I'm pretty sure that you backed me on this. Is you've got to treat people right in those dungeons and in those raids. 100%. That's the problem. That's the problem. 110%. It's not about making more tanks available, making more healers available. No one's going to do it because you're treating them like crap. So how about we do this instead? How about we treat people with the proper respect in the game? I understand we don't know who they are. They could be anybody, and they don't know who we are, and we can hide behind the computer and the internet and be jackasses. But let's not do that. Instead, let's just treat people right.
Yeah.
And we can move forward, and you won't have a problem. It's really simple.
So, all right. So a couple things. The first is mindset, okay?
Yeah.
There's different mindsets, and people have been kind of like trained to have these mindsets when they play this game. And I don't know why it's that way, but it just is. Maybe it's just human nature. But one of the things that I've noticed is there's the mindset of purely having fun. You're here to have fun. Whatever happens in a dungeon or in raid happens. I'm here to laugh, have a good time, spend time with friends, or enjoy what I'm doing with my personal time, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not trying to critique how you play the game, so don't misunderstand me. But then there's the other side where people almost take this as a job, and then for them, the format is winning. Winning at the highest level is their idea of fun, and anything under that is non-negotiable. And because of that kind of mindset and that stance, they tend to want to take a more heightened attitude about everything versus being a little more understanding that not everybody's on the same level. But that's also why it's a group effect. And yes, there are systems in place like Raider.io and the Mythic Plus score and stuff like that to kind of tell you where you're at. But let's be realistic. We live in a real world where people get carried up to a certain rating, mythic rating, and Raider.io level, and then they go into a different group and they don't get that carry, and then they're killed. And with the Mythic Plus environment, you're held more personally responsible, and you can scuff a group on some of those higher end contents. So
you can.
You know, you can't always just go into it blindly going, okay, these people have this mythic rating. They should be able to just go through this flawlessly. And even still, mistakes can and will be made. Like, you know, like they can and will be made. Like you have to come in with a mindset and of understanding. I think if people can do that, if they can remember in the back of their mind, it's video game, you should have fun, and not everybody's going to do it perfectly. Like even that very person that's got that mindset on the high end thing, they will make a mistake in a key. No one runs a perfect key every single time. They're going to make a mistake. And when they do, if it didn't impact the group in a way that causes a major problem, it just rolls right over their head. No problem, right off their back. Never happened. But when somebody else makes a mistake and then they get, and it causes a problem from a team wipe to whatever the case is, to at worst case, breaking a key or wiping a raid group or something like that, then people want to start pointing fingers because that was the one that did it in. When everybody's sitting there making mistakes, you have to be mindful that no one's perfect. No one's going to be perfect, but that's the beautiful thing about something like a key, though, as you run it, once you complete it, if you don't want to play with that person anymore, you can throw them on an ignore list and you'll never play with them again. You know what I mean?
And someone with that mindset, I understand it. I get it. Being competitive, that's great. Breaking that key or busting that key isn't going to change your life in any meaningful way, your real life. So there's no reason to not treat the other person that made the mistake with dignity and respect. That's my whole point. So the tank could have messed up. The healer could have missed a cooldown, whatever it is. You still treat people with dignity and respect, and you move on. So you don't play with it again. If you don't, I'm telling you right now, if you do not, it's all about perspective. If you don't time the key, you're still going to have dinner. Okay?
Correct. Yep.
So your lights are still going to be on. You're still going to have enough water to drink, like all this other stuff. Like, perspective, man, perspective.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's why I don't understand why people knee-jerk right like that. And don't get me wrong, like I know heightened experiences cause heightened reactions. So like you're running a 13 or 14 key, you're right there. That key gets you your 3K IO or something, and it gets scuffed. Now you're aggravated. And then you go into another one right behind it, and then another accident happens. Now you're hyper aggravated because you're right there.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're lashing out at people. But I mean, it's just part of human nature. But at the same time, you just got to be mindful it's a video game. And as the season progresses, like that was one of the things, like last season, I was really big on, really, season 2 and season 3. I was go, get there as quick as possible. Get to 3K as fast as I humanly can, as quick as I can go. I'm not doing that this season coming. This season, I will achieve 3K, but I'm going to do it at whatever the pace sets. Whatever the pace is going to be, and I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to be able to enjoy myself on the journey instead of rat racing. And instead of rat racing to get there and beat my head into the wall to say I got it, because at the end of the day, getting there the fastest means nothing if what you're truly is after is title. Well, you need to keep climbing, keep going, and you got to secure that high-end mythic rating by the end of the season. And if you don't, well, what'd you do all that for anyways? For me, Mythic Plus is a place to have fun and a place for me to accrue improved gear outside the raid, because you can never guarantee to get the gear you want in the raid every time and secure my vault and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to enjoy it and have fun instead of taking it at this value of I need to go as quick as humanly possible. And just enjoy the ride and stuff like that. I'm gonna encourage people to join me along the ride. I do, not a shameless plug, but I do, for me personally, I do viewer keys. If people want to join me and they're in my live and they want to join me in the key and they think they can handle it, we go and we have a good time and we just enjoy the key, things like that. So
perfect.
It's about having fun, and I think that's the big thing that we need to take away from it, is enjoying ourselves across the journey, because no matter what, you'll achieve your goals that you set your mind to, but make sure you remember that those goals have a caveat that it's supposed to be fun to do it.
Okay, Doug, I'm gonna spring something on you, and this may take us to the end of the podcast.
Oh my God!
Okay. All right. So there was a post about housing, and remember when Ian and Warcraft said that housing would not include any player power? You remember that statement?
Yes.
Okay. There is a quest on, I don't think it's on the PTR. I think it's in the beta right now. And this is the quest objective. The quest objective is this: gather with at least 4 other players inside a player home while the homeowner is present. So that's the quest. This is the rewards: Hero Dawn Crests, Veteran Dawn Crest, Void Touch Augment Runes, Champion Dawn Crest, Void Light Marls, and then you get some housing stuff, more Void Light stuff, and some Kidney coupons and stuff. So now you've tied player power to housing, number 1. Number 2, Wowhead, in poking at Warcraft right now, said this exactly. They said this is a, how did they put that? This is a soft option.
A soft option?
To breaking your word. They said technically, yes, it does break the rule. The weekly quest does not offer player power via upgrade quests and does ask players to engage with player housing to obtain it. But hear me out, it breaks the rule in the softest way possible. My stance on that is this. You said you wouldn't have player power and housing. You've got a quest in there right now, and you allowed it to be put into the game for housing, for player power, after you said you would not be putting player power for housing. Housing was supposed to be separate for player power.
Right.
So that means I don't care if there's crest caps. I don't care about that. That's not the point. I don't care about that. It's the fact that they said they wouldn't and they did it anyways. So now the question is, can we believe what we're being told at any point in the game if this goes through?
I think, okay. Well, first let me answer your question. I think that we would not be able to believe anything they say, but they've also done this in the past. Not this, not specifically this, but they've said one thing and redacted and did something different in the past. So if you're taking them at face value for everything they say in the first place, you're in the wrong right off the rip. All right, now.
Correct.
Are the power benefits that tremendous? No. No, they're not. But it's the principle of keeping something that's evergreen, exclusively evergreen, so that people aren't forced to interact with it. This
Yes.
feels like Shadowlands. This feels like Torghast all over again, where you have to go do something, whether you want to go do it or not. You have to go do it to get this stuff at least early on, because I mean, the crests that they're offering, you won't be using those that much after the beginning, but it's still, it's the principle of the situation. And here's my opinion on it. I think that they did this on the beta on purpose to get a feeler out there to see how the public would react to it. It's not come to live. It's just to see how people are going to react to it. And if they're okay with it and it's not that much rumbling about it, then they're just going to leave it alone and they're going to push it to live. If everybody goes ape crap about it and just loses their mind about everything, right, then they're going to go, okay, nope. We'll just take it out. No big deal. We'll just pull it out.
So I can tell you that
I'm not defending them. I'm looking at it as a perspective of how are they trying to treat this situation. And it looks like, again, I know you guys hear me say this often on the podcast, but I'm always in the mindset when I think of anything that Blizzard does, they're doing it for money. They're doing it money. If you keep that in the back of your mind, what are they doing? They're trying to entice people to come back and play the game. How are they going to do that? They do this and this and this, and you can earn player power by even interacting and housing. Could you imagine just sitting around with each other and 5 people in a house? Just so you can nab some crests and some augment runes and a couple of pieces of decor. I mean, I get they're trying to force people to go into these things, but can I say that? Let me say this really quick. The problem is I think they're doing this on purpose so that it makes the neighborhoods feel more interactive. Yeah. But also in hindsight, because when you create an evergreen product like this, and we've already seen it happen in garrisons, where the main cities don't feel full, they don't feel lively because everybody's in their neighborhood when they're not running keys, and everybody's in their neighborhood when they're not running this, because you got an auction mount now. The only time you really need to go to a main city anymore is to get something crafted and go check your vault, and just it's a neutral spot. But they want every place to feel alive that you go, so I think they're trying to do this to make sure that when you go into a neighborhood, there's an active neighborhood going on, and it's not just a dead neighborhood.
Well, I think they want to be seen too.
Yeah. This is just my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, it's in certain circles, it's a firestorm right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think it'll stay. Honestly, if it stays. If it stays, it only stays because they have the same mindset that they had with store mounts and store apparel and all these. Everybody revolted against that and like, well, tough, we're doing it anyways. And then eventually that kind of calmed down. And the only reason I would see it staying is they take on that same mindset. They'll get over it. They'll calm down.
Yeah. I really can't.
Unless the Paladins close down their Discord server again, I mean, maybe.
Not just for that, I don't think. But and again, a lot of people are, there's some people saying that, it's really no different than a gold cost to upgrade your house. No, it is different. Yeah. Because you are enticing people to come in and at least check it out so that they can get this, this stuff.
Yeah, but it feels like Torghast. You feel forced to go do something.
Yeah, it's exactly like Torghast.
It feels like you're being forced to do something because they offer player power, and that should never be. Yeah. It should never be. That is my stance, 100%. It should never be. That is something that's supposed to be evergreen and completely optional for you to do and enjoy inside the game. It should have nothing to do with in-game content or how you play or how you accrue power in the game. Never, ever should it be.
And in Busy, I see that. I see that you're saying that at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. But you get the principle. That is the point. When you give up what's not, when you're willing to roll over on something that's not right because it's really not that big of a deal, really, but it's wrong and you do it anyways.
Eventually, it gives them more ground to continue to push back your "this is too much" line. You understand what I'm saying? It keeps giving them more and more to edge up until they and that's just the reality of it. Is it's going to get to a point to where they're going to, again, World of Warcraft is such a polished game. The way it plays, it's the fight styles, the battling sequences, and so on. It's such a polished game in that respect. The only people that can, there is no WoW killer. There will never be a WoW killer.
No.
World of Warcraft is the only WoW killer, and doing things like this can push enough people out if they get too crazy with it and get too eager with this kind of stuff. And I just don't want to see that happen. I don't want them to get a little too forceful with this kind of stuff and push everybody out of the market and push everybody out.
I just don't know why they put it in there. And I agree with you. I think they pushed it out as a news feature to see how people would react. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? Because now, you know how Blizzard's always talking about playing fair and doing all this stuff. And hello. So now you want to fudge a little bit on something else because maybe you're not getting the reaction to housing right now that you want.
Right.
Because again, but housing's brand new and a shit ton of it's coming in midnight anyways, right? With housing levels and things you can put in your house and all this other stuff, because that's really what housing's for. This is we basically have the housing beta right now in the game.
Right.
And so why would you even like dip your toe in the water? You know, that as an analogy, that's like you knowing that you cook dinner for your wife and you know she hates broccoli, so you put a little bit on her plate anyways, just to see if she'll eat it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she doesn't like it.
That's a great analogy. That's actually good. I like that.
Don't put it on the plate. Like, just don't. Like, I don't know what to say.
He said just a little sprinkle. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't want any more salt on my beans. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think you're right on the mark with this, and I think that it's again, it falls back on the principle, and it's also, you know, I find irony in it, and I'll tell you why. One is I find the irony that if we push the envelope and as players and exploit something, we endure the punishments of said things at their beck and call. They can rule with an iron fist or let it go completely. That's up to them. And we're left to that standard. They can push the envelope on things that we scream to the heavens, don't do, and they're like, well, we're just gonna do it anyways. You're welcome, and that's it. And you know, the only way we can force a reaction out of something like that is literally a total game shutdown, which isn't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You know how people always say, "Oh, the power is in the hands of the people." That's true, but you got to get enough people with the power to go, you know what? Cancel sub. You know what I mean? Cancel uninstall game before they go, okay, we've gone too far. Because when it impacts shareholders, that's when we can move things. But if that's never going to happen, they're just going to keep edging it out and keep pushing it to a point. So I think it's a principle, and I really hope that they are listening. I hope they have their finger on the
don't put it in the game button.
On the pulse of the community and go, okay, we hear you. We're not going to do it. But
there's so many other things you could do to get that right. A huge amount of gold or a lot of community tickets for your house. Let me ask you a different question about it. Right?
No, let me ask you a different question about it. Okay, it's week 3, all right?
Yeah.
Week 3 of the season. We're about a week or two into Mythic Plus season and raid, okay? And you have that weapon, and it's 7 of 8. You know, 7 of 8 upgraded.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just go sit in someone's house with a couple of
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
You're going to go do it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you'll get the crest you need to upgrade your weapon, and you're gonna do it. And that's a feels bag, man. It's forcing people to do something they shouldn't do or shouldn't feel like they have to do, but they're gonna do it. And that's the point. That's the takeaway from it.
And it's the whole thing of, you know, I see Thal saying you don't stay the leader in the space by not trying things. I understand that. This isn't them trying something. This is them kind of going back on what they said about it.
Right.
And and that's really the whole thing. They can try whatever they want. They're going to put in labyrinths. They've done delves. They've done all kinds of stuff. But when you actually come out and say several times, we're not going to do this, and then you do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a feature. It's something that, you know, player power, just like when the shop was open and they said, we're not going to tie player power to the online shop. What if they start putting crests in there?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they kind of already are. They kind of already are. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, is now with Midnight, instead of it being Crest and Valor Stones, it's Crest and Gold.
Yeah.
So as you're upgrading, you need gold to upgrade your gear. And how can you get gold on the fly? Oh, that's super easy. You just head over to the shop and grab yourself a token. And you've got all the gold you need to upgrade your gear. Is it a direct link? No, but it is a link nonetheless, tying into the shop. I mean, what they're trying to do here is, if I had the rule bar here, not trying to break it, but they are trying to bend that son of a gun into a circle to almost connect to each other into a ring, so it's all full circle instead of them breaking the rule. And it's the principle. It's just the principle of the matter. It shouldn't ever come to that. Again, it should be evergreen. It should be over there. It should be a bolt-on part of the game that you can go enjoy at your leisure, which was the point behind it all. Yeah. Which was the premise of it all. And give people something to do and enjoy, which has brought them plenty of money, between people buying WoW tokens to get the gold to buy all the decor, to all the returning players finally getting the housing they wanted, and they can't say they haven't gotten it because, oh my God, housing is taken off.
Yeah, it has. And it's just the start. So.
Yeah, and it's just the start. So this new initiative or incentive here doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, and it feels like a stab in the back, almost as bad as the stab in the back of calling World of Warcraft not calling it World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I still have my opinion about that. I don't like that. I get that. I get that. You know. The problem is you shouldn't be trying to make a game for everyone, because you're never going to get everyone. There's no such thing. That's like, that would be like me as a content creator going, I want everybody to support me and no one else, because I'm me. And that doesn't work. That's not real world. That's not real world application. And I can never expect that, nor do I. But no, I would, I can't have that expectation. And that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to appease everyone, but you're losing your core group to appease everyone. When you're doing a great job with having just these bolt-on things, that's not affecting the core Warcraft players and enjoy the game. They're still going to enjoy the game and play over here while the people are having fun in their houses and doing housing stuff. They're completely two different avenues, and they almost work in almost a weird dance with one another, because a lot of the stuff that comes with the core also requires a lot of farming, and those farmers are going to bring said materials back into the realm for the end gamers to be able to utilize to make what they need to enjoy their way of playing the game. So there's no reason to, yes, I understand they want to integrate it and make sure everybody feels inclusive for everyone, but there's still going to be a breaking point, and I think they're coming up on it with doing stuff like this. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, it's in discussion right now, heavily right now. So I want Crest for how many laps I do in Orabo. Give it now. Yes. No, but you see what I'm saying? Like, when it gets to that kind of threshold, that's where I just feel like they're treading on thin ice with the community, and I'm afraid they're going to get a reaction that they're not looking for, because it always starts as a rumble on the thread forums and Reddit and places like that, but eventually it will become boisterous enough. I mean, like I said, I know we joke about the Paladin Discord server getting shut down, but you will see stuff like that happen again if they keep doing this stuff, but it will go farther, and I don't think they want to see that happen. So, if anybody else comes across this video and sees it, please amplify this, help us out, get this out there to them. Don't do what you're doing. Don't take player power into evergreen initiatives. Don't do it. Stay away from it. Let the players that want their power be over here, and let the people enjoying their game over here, because once you try to force people to do something, you already experienced this once. We don't want Torghast 2.0. Don't start doing it now. We do not. No one's a fan. We're telling you now, okay? Just stay away from it. Just stay away from it. Yes. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you something different, because you're right. I can sit here and just banter my tail off about this all day. 3 essential add-ons for new or returning players, or just concurrent players. What do you think those should be? I have 3 in mind right now. Mini-map button. So, when you have an add-on and your mini-map is full of these icons, mini-map button puts them all together on one button on your mini-map. Boom, you click it, it slides out, and you choose whatever add-on you want. That's fantastic. The second one, I would say, is better character panel, which that one there
tells you if you're missing enchants, if you're missing gems on your gear, that kind of stuff. Because that kind of stuff does also help you in some of that overworld content that's starting getting harder, right?
Mhm.
Harder delve, coming into labyrinths, that's going to be one. And then a third good one, realistically, for the everyday player, is probably going to be quality of life.
Which
is what I'm using right now.
What do you mean?
So quality of life add-on, I think that's what it's called. Let me just double check here real quick.
Because I use one.
Enhanced quality of life. So what that does is you can change all the things that weak auras kind of used to do, like hide your character pain when you're not in combat, and it's got all kinds of stuff right now. That gives you all the things. It gives you all the little things that all your little tracking, weak auras, and some of this other stuff that was taken away by weak auras, it's now back in the game as that add-on, and it's really, really good. Now, some of the UI in World of Warcraft right now, the base UI that it has, some of that's in there, but now you have more choices, and it hits and tags just about all of that. So it's another choice.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I use, or the three I think that are important to me. One is called Tell Me When. Tell Me When is a weak aura alternative that lets me put as many of my spells or my abilities on, whether you just want one button, 3 of them, 2 of them, 5, 10, whatever. And I have them set up to where they pop up by my character instead of me constantly looking down at my action bar to see what I have available, or even, because don't get me wrong, I get why people have the cooldown manager pack right under their character, but for me, that's too much. It's too busy. It's too busy, too much stuff going on for me there. So what I do is down the left side of my character, I put my 3 core abilities on there, and they only pop up when they're available to use, and they will pop up in their unique ways as a point. Handy. So as a point for me, like if my thunderclap turns into a thunderblast, when it pops up, it'll show the icon of a thunderclap. But if it's a thunderblast, it changed the icon on that spell for me with Tell Me When, so I know that's a more prioritized thing than doing like a shield slam or something to that effect, right? So it still helps me with my rotation. That's one of my quality of life ones. I know you're using enhanced quality of life, and I don't know if it does this or not, but I use quality of life by Schmargus, and I use it exclusively for one thing. And you might think this sounds silly or stupid. It auto sells and auto repairs, and you can set what item level. What item level stuff or grays or blues that you don't need to sell, and it'll just auto sell it, but auto repair. So good. I can just click on the vendor, know it's going to repair myself, and I don't run off, jumping back into the world with broken gear. So Tell Me When and Quality of Life by Schmargus are 2 that I use constantly. There's so many different ones, but another one that I use is FPS Monitor. FPS Monitor is fun for me because FPS Monitor takes your FPS that you would normally have to press Control R to bring up the in-game monitor. It displays it. It displays it permanently for me, so I can move it wherever I want on my UI to where I need it to be. You can change the font, you can change the color, so it kind of matches in with your stuff and everything else like that. And I really like it because it helps me monitor my frames. So if like as an example, last night we were raiding, and I had died to something on one of our wipes, and it didn't make sense to me. So I went and clicked on the What Happened to Me tab, and when it did, it was crashing my game. I went from my 120 frames to 5 frames, and I was like, it was nice to see.
Good to know.
That my frames, obviously I could see a dramatic difference between when it changed to 5. I could see that physically in the game, but like I want to, occasionally I like to check and see what my frames look like, but I don't want to constantly have to remember to press Control R. Or you think, okay, well, you just press it once, don't be lazy. But the thing is, every time you reload, every time you log off the character and log on to something else and log back on, it's off again. You got to remember to hit Control R. With that add-on, it stays up for me the whole time, easy peasy. I actually put it in the corner of my mini map, so it's out of the way, and I can just glance up there and look at it whenever I need to, because you're looking at your mini map for most of anything anyways. So
I agree.
For me, being able to have, that the quality of life for repairs and things of that nature is so good, and then the tell me when has just been some of my fan favorites. And I you know, with enhanced quality of life, I like where you're going with that. Like the idea of my personal nameplate not being up when I'm out of combat is nice and everything, but I also don't want to overwhelm myself with like 100 different add-ons either. So if it's not necessary, like I use yours as an example, and I use mine. That frames, showing me my FPS. That's just my personal thing that I enjoy. But if it comes to 3 for a new player, the better character is a definitely must-have.
Yeah,
that's a must. The for sure. I'm trying to think, what's something else that's an absolute must? Because they have the baked-in meters now, so you can't go to details. And their plates are okay, so that's just another thing. What you did? Quality of life. What was your third?
Quality of life, mini-map button.
Mini-map and button, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it was me, I would think about just core essentials to the game and not so much about UI quality.
I get that. I totally get that. It's all perspective, man.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think for the new player, like what's going to matter to them. Maybe something like what he was talking about, all the things, or the housing homebound button, the homebound.
Yeah.
If you're into the housing stuff, but I was thinking about in-game. I don't know. Those are our 3, and if we think any more of it, we can drop. And also, what are your 3? Drop them in the comments. Let us know what 3 you're going to use, so that way we can see what people are thinking. And think to yourself, like, what does a new player need? And drop them down in the comments. Let us know. If you can't change your transmog, you may have missed this button fix.
There's a button fix.
There's a button fix.
I found it. You have to double click on that. You have to double click on it.
Double click on what?
On the transmog. So say you have 4 transmogs saved. And I thought you could just click down and make it happen, right? And you change over. You have to double click it, and there's a little internal cooldown.
Oh,
that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, I found that out by accident last night.
Okay, go ahead.
That's so that I just happened to double click it, and it was like, boom! It's set, and I was like, oh, there we go. So you know how you can just I thought you just had to click and choose it. Right. No, you got to double click the actual icon. You don't double click the wording or what you've called it. You go all the way to the left with the picture. You double click the picture, boom, and you're changed.
Okay. Well, see, one thing, and it's maybe this is just me, because remember, I am a warrior main, and I'm working on a total of 5 brain cells, and they're in overhauled, they're in overclock position as we speak. But I tried setting up a couple on my main for situational. Like I wanted to set up for one, like when I went into my housing, like you didn't have your weapon on and you took the shoulders off and stuff. But every time I try to set it up and I go in my house, it wouldn't change. It would still be my same set.
They're still working on. There's bugs in that right now. There's a lot of big bugs in that. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah, I was just making sure I wasn't going crazy there.
We just gotta wait.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just making sure I wasn't going nuts. But yeah, I mean, I hope that, I'll tell you what I do like about the new transmog system. What I do like about the new transmog system is exactly what the base premise of it was. Anytime I get a new piece of gear, I'm not constantly retransmogging my character.
It is
trying to find a transmogrifier. I just throw it on and my look stays the way I like it because, I mean, I'm a one set Andy. Not one set Andy. I don't wear all one set, but you know what I'm saying? Like once I get the look on one of my character, I don't really branch out much unless it's like something really profoundly cool, like a legendary weapon with its unique design or something like that. Outside of that, I'm not really going to go change. Once I find what I like for my character, I like it, and I'm just going to set it and go. So it's super nice to have that. But I mean, outside of that, the situational thing, I was just screwing around with it to screw around with it just to see what it would do, and it wasn't working for me. I was like, either I'm doing something wrong or it's not working, and I just we'll figure it out over time. But anyways, yeah, man, I think that's going to do it today, guys. I think we're done. I think
we got through it all. Look at that.
We got through it all. We got through every one of the topics, and we had a nice little deep dive on your little hidden topic of the week. But don't worry.
Yeah, man.
Don't worry. Next week it's mine. Don't try. I got it. Don't try.
Don't try.
But anyways, hey guys, we're gonna wrap up here. Please do us a favor, like the live, drop a comment down below when I upload this for you guys as a video. It would mean the world to us. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's free, it costs you nothing, and we want you to come back and enjoy the show with us. And your comments matter because that's what helps us drive the show in a direction that's going to be more appealing for you. So we hope you enjoy the content. We appreciate you tuning in, but that's where we're going to wrap it up. You guys have a great one, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, everyone. Have a great day.